here, in this portion of the 2 chapters, 13 and 14, when they spied out the land, they found that on that piece of land, they were the what? They were the onyx. You see, onyx. These are a particular people. And the Bible in the Old Testament, in Hebrew, particularly gave them a particular name. The Bible in the Old Testament called them Nephilim. Nephilim. N-E-P-H-L-I-M. Nephilim. And Nephilim, in denotation, means giants. Oh, in Canaan, among so many people there, this particular people, which is a mixture of the fallen angel with the fallen man. Nephilim also was there. You see, so you can see God asked the children of Israel to take over Canaan, to destroy every living being there, with intention to clear up the human race. Right? But, of course, God knew this. The children of Israel, they didn't know this. Their consideration was only for their purpose. Right. They consider about their safety, about their peace, about their existence, and so forth. Right? They won't care for God a bit. They won't care for God a bit. And not only so, if they feel they're weak, they should humble themselves, confession to God and so forth, but they didn't, right? So what they did was a total abhorrence in the eyes of God. God was not only offended, you see, God was offended to such an extent that that offense in the eyes of God was an abhorrence. The total thing should be abhorrent. You see, that was the reason. Could you see this? We be careful concerning our life, daily life, concerning our jobs, concerning our safety, concerning our security, concerning this and that. Yes, we are human. We should consider, right? But don't forget, behind the scene on this earth today, it is not just a matter between you and God. It is not a matter just between man and God. It is also a matter between God's enemy and God. And God's enemy is here. It's where, I mean? Well, God's enemy is hidden right behind you. If you only care for your security, for your future, for your safety, for your peace, for your existence, for your good living, for you, everything for you, I tell you, this might become an abhorrence. Abhorrence. I dare not to say, in the past, I did see such a clear case. I don't to say this. But in some of the cases which I observed in my Christian life, I, to some extent, considered that became a kind of abhorrent case in the eyes of God. Too much for oneself, forgetting God's interest. You see, just taking care of their own safety, security, long life, blessing immaterial things, and so forth and so forth. They never thought a bit about God. They are Christians. They believe in Jesus Christ all together for their benefit. They don't have a big thought concerning God's interest, not only on the church, but also in the whole, not only on the church, but also in the whole universe. Right? Dear saints, tonight, I like to stress this one thing to you all. Don't think, well, we are here, we are God's children, and God is for us, right? Surely God is for us, no doubt about it, right? But we are for whom? You have to think about this. Some of the Christians, when we talk to them, they don't have any idea about God's interest, about God's gain, about God's suffering. They don't have any idea, right? Whatever they talk about, they think about, they consider about, is all the time they themselves, their security. My security today, in the modern age, with the modern daily living, has become a strong idol. Strong idol. Why you study so hardly? Because you like to have a security in your life in the future. Right? Security. Everything is for security. Security. For the security of my children, for the security of my wife, for the security of my even grandchildren. Even sometimes when you got everything ready for your grandchildren as security, you begin to think about the fourth generation. All right? Security. You still fear God. You fear God for your security. Right? You never have any thought about Him. Now, why this case with Israel became so abhorrent to God? You read these 2 chapters. They were too much for themselves. They sought every way, in everything, in every bit for themselves. They never had any thought about God's interest. Right? If they would think a little bit for God's interest, they would say, God, as you are so good to us, you have been so good to us, we just love you. We like to sacrifice our future. We like to sacrifice our safety, our security, our existence, everything for your purpose. If you could get through for your purpose, we just forget about our benefit. Okay, let's go. I tell you, here faith is produced. See, because you are so much for yourself, it is hard for you to have any faith in God. Because you are totally for yourself, how could you have any faith in God? Right? If you say, I'm for God, I'm just for God, I don't care for my future, right? I don't care for my children. I don't care for my life. I've written my neck. That's a risk, right? I put everything aside, like Paul did. Such a person, spontaneous faith is produced within him, right?